All right, Adam, let's get into a little community feedback from the interaction distance. I think there was some really good stuff shared. I put on Twitter.
Oh, I'm sure there was some good stuff shared. But I don't want to hear the good stuff. What is the bad stuff?
I say on Twitter.
That's what the listeners came for.
As we mend our broken hearts over the reversion of the increased interaction radius, let's dig in and to some adjacent topics also. I said, how did it change your gameplay? Why? Revert it back. Miscommunication through creators, Niantic accountability and transparency. We kind of talked about this already. Community feedback and responsibility, escaping Twitter gloom and doom, and moving on and lessons learned. And I plugged the Twitch here. So we have some really, really great feedback. Not Elon Musk says, I never experienced the increased radius, but my house spawns have been crazy. Whether increased radio is more spawn points, I'm just happy with more chances to catch. I think that sums it up. More chances to catch, more opportunity to play.
More chances to catch? More time in the game?
Yeah.
Potentially spending more money because you're in the...
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I know.
I'm so confused right now.
Yeah, these are terrible things. Things.
Just awful. Like, why would anybody want that? Like, why would you want people to play your game more?
I don't know.
Why? Wait, no. Isn't that how it works?
Yeah.
You play the more time in the app, the better. I don't.
Woodwose Wolf says, to me, a larger radius made the game map feel more alive. The idea that someone might feel overwhelmed by seeing 50 spawns at once kind of highlights how unfair spawn system still is. In many places, you'd be lucky to see a fraction of that, even with the expanded radius. So here we go. So this is a great topic. This is like the differences between my game board and your game board, Adam.
Yep.
Your game board was more alive because of the interaction radius that probably brought it to levels that were more like my normal levels as far as Pokemon on screen. And my Pokemon on screen turned bonkers. So
it's like as if you were in a city.
Yeah. So
minus the Pokestops.
But it does, like Woodwose said, it does show that, there is a lot of disparaging here, a lot of differences here. And I brought up last week, I was like, well, for better or for worse, that kind of digs into the immersion of the game, right? I mean, if I'm a Pokemon trainer, if I'm Ash Ketchum, it's like I'm going to have,
Well, you're not Ash Ketchum.
You know what? I'm more
He's
like...
been retired.
I'm
retired.
I'm definitely more like Gary. But if I'm in Viridian City, I'm going to see more Pokemon than if I'm just walking around Palatown.
Yeah, but it's the woods in between that's where the Pokemon are.
Yeah.
You don't see anything in the city. So
well,
realistically,
create a route. We haven't even talked about
Pokemon,
routes.
I know we're not there yet. Realistically, in the video games, you had no Pokemon in the cities, unless there was some trees or bushes somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
Pure Lighter says, since the change back was quickly rather than later, it did not affect me as much, but the miscommunication through official partners was the one that put a dent into the heart of players. I can't speak for them, but they are taking the blow for something Niantic should address. Yo, agreed. Agreed.
Yo.
James A. Vivian.
Hear that.
The radius was nice, but it didn't change the way I played. The game actually felt more buggy. I can agree, there was some bugs. What does being transparent actually mean? I'm just happy to get my lost raid pass back for that shinies that are turned on for Calm Day, in my opinion. Niantic trying to deal with issues faster. Yep. So, good points by Luis and James here. It did get reverted quickly. If people didn't update to 2750, they wouldn't have seen it anyway. They did flip it back pretty quickly, so it was like a fun while it lasted. The casual player may not have known, may not have even noticed, but, the Twitter base, you best believe they know. Mr. Anderson 7777, as I said before, it was great for the rural and disabled trainer, but it was obvious something wasn't right with overlapping Pokemon on the map. I find I am looking at my phone more, which I'm trying to do less of. Shame for the creators and how people act toward them. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Wait a minute. Did they say they were looking at their phone more?
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So, all right. This is a good topic. Niantic, that's what they want us to do, right? They want our screen time. We've been talking about on the show for weeks now,
right?
Like how to draw back a little bit. But yeah,
and I kid you not, during this expansion, I was in it. any opportunity I could to look at it just to see what
Me-
was there.
me
Like
too.
the curiosity was more drawing than at the actual spawns. Because I was just like, I want to know what's there. I want to know. And they want us to play more screen time, more. I don't see.
Yeah. Shout to Lost Joystick Network.
And I have significantly played less. Like
I know.
I pulled it in my driveway.
It's the
opened
opposite.
game,
It's the
and
opposite.
then immediately closed it. Because I was like, can't see anything. I don't care.
All right. Shout to Lost Joystick Network in the chat. Says more like trash. Catch 'em.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, because he's like, oh, look at all these toros. I'm just gonna send them to Professor Oak. No big deal.
Let me jump around here. Ghastly Girl, as I said in a previous post, I was able to play more because during most of this time, we've literally had some of the worst air quality in the world. I know you were out there on the East Coast, had this a couple weeks ago. I just wish Niantic would understand. Yeah, there was some in Ohio, Western Pennsylvania. Air quality was trash past couple days. A lot of fires. Hilligic says, I have a feeling they'll find a way to bring it back as a pay-to-play item or part of a subscription. Would you pay? What's it worth?
Again, I literally just talked about it at the beginning of this podcast.
Yeah.
Give it to me as an item, a consumable, and obviously for the first one, just kind of like remote raid passes, give it to us through a research to introduce it, but like a Poffin.
Yeah.
Because it's not crazy, but you don't have to make it super expensive either. Because if people want this, they'll pay for it. You know what I mean? Make it 100 coins.
Yeah.
And then it's not gonna do anything unless they buy it, And half the people probably won't use it, but people like myself that live in rural areas, this is a huge game changer.
Costa the Cubone in the chat says, I would easily pay $10 a month without a second thought. I probably would too.
Yeah, but there'd have to be a blanket of you get
normal
incubators.
It's got make it a battle pass. Make it you earn for it. When you catch 50 Pokemon a day, it activates the increased radius or something like that. I don't mind working for it.
Yeah, okay, I
like
that too.
Couple more bits of feedback here. Chicken Chaser 89. I still haven't installed the update. It reverts it, and I love it. I open the game more. I catch more Pokemon when I'm walking because I can see more stuff. Overall, it's an absolute W change. I'm going to hate it when I get the new update. Spotlight Hour with it was great. Oh, agreed. Tramp West. There was all benefit and no loss to the company, players, community, revenue, or disabled players. After the remote raid fiasco, they are not just selfish for reverting an awesome quality of life update that even helped them with more player base and sales, but they are foolish. We needed a win. Okay. So,
Yep.
A lot of good feedback here.
I wholeheartedly agree to that.
No, I agree because that's the sentiment that we were telling our community. We're like, man, we needed this. We really needed, Niantic needed this. Niantic really needed this help.
There was no chatter that was... I mean, I'm sure there's occasional here or there, but there was no bad tweets on Twitter about Niantic. It was all positive. Wow, this is so exciting. It's so much hype was behind them, and they were just like, yeah, we don't want that. We don't want people excited about our game. We don't want people to play our game more. We don't want people to look at their phones at all. No, we want people to have to go out and only look at their phone occasionally.
Yeah. Yep. So let us know your feelings. Let us know your thoughts. Continue the conversation on Twitter in the Poke the Bear feed and the Poke the Bear thread. It's a bummer.
Yeah, tell me I'm right. It's okay.